What's good, Joe? We're watching a video today by this guy named Colton Lindsay talking about the psychology of time off for business. So I guess it's kind of triggered around what it's like to take time off away from either working, on your business or working at a business. I guess it's kind of seeing what you should do with that time off to completely maximize it. Let's see what he says. I like to follow this guy. I've been following him not too long. He doesn't have a huge platform, much bigger than mine. But he talks about some things that really make sense in regards to where it is I'm trying to go and what I'm trying to do. So I kind of like watching this content. So let's see what he has to say in regards to this. I haven't watched it yet.
In this video today, I'm going to share with you the power on the psychology of having time off in the business. One of the mistakes that I've made in my career, and I still make it today sometimes, I get over obsessed with what I'm doing, especially when it's solving a specific problem, and I'm frustrated. But when I'm frustrated and I keep trying to solve the problem from that space, guess what? I'm not in a great emotional state to get the right answers or take the right actions. So especially when my business is ending, especially when I'm getting challenged, I create space to feel good and always feel better. I had a mentor once say to me, when shit's going bad, I'll go on vacation. Because when I go on vacation, I get out of my head and I start breathing and I start getting inside, and it's our roots that determine our fruits. So that's what I do. I always find time to create space. In the winter, guess what I do? I ski 4 days a week. When the day's going crappy, I'll clear my schedule and I'll go skiing because it raises my vibration, allows me to feel better. And when I feel better, guess what? I start having conversations. I start setting up appointments. I start negotiating deals. I start putting opportunities together because I feel in a better vibrational state. So some of the ways I do that is every day, for the most part, I have a morning routine.
So, I feel like that's not practical for the 95% of people. People who are entrepreneurs who work for themselves or have a schedule to where they can, curate it and make it however they want to. They can start and stop whenever they feel like it. I think those people, and maybe he's talking solely to entrepreneurs or business owners, but for those people who can curate their time, then yes, you can have the time to take off, go on a walk, do other things for the rest of the day, but it is going to impact the amount of productivity or the goal that you have for that day. So I would say if you are able to, put something aside every single day, every week, so that you are able to actually have the ability to take time away from whatever it is that's bothering you so that you can come back to it with a fresh brain and look at it in a different perspective. So, but if you don't have, that pillow or that, I guess that time off money, then you no longer have the ability to actually take time off and recoup and think about things differently. So I agree with what he's saying, but it's a little bit more in depth than that. So you have to, one, make enough money so that you can put some to the side so that you can then go on vacation when you'd like to, so that you can reorganize everything and then be refreshed so that you can be more productive to thus, I guess, pay for that time that you just spent off.
Now, my routine is very simple. Some days where all I do is breathe and meditate for 15 minutes, but I do that every single day. Some days it's longer. Today I went on an hour walk after I did breath meditation for 30 minutes, and then I wrote in my journal. But it's not the same every day, and you don't need to do the same thing every day, but you need to be consistent with creating space where you're working on your inner world root system. The second thing that I do, I schedule ahead of time things I want to do. So for example, coming up July 24th through the 26th, I want to go watch Wrexham play Manchester United, so it's on my calendar. It's already booked, it's already ready to go, and it's something I look forward to go doing. I'll do smaller versions as well because I'll schedule in advance for the weekend a reservation at one of my favorite restaurants, so I look forward to doing something. But I'm creating that space so that I'm not working all the time. There's a really great book called The Net and the Butterfly, and it talks about the focused mind or the executive mind and the wandering or the meandering mind. Today's infopreneurs are getting stuck in this concept that they want the location freedom, they want the money freedom, and that they have to hustle and grind in order to make it happen. But it's our behaviors that create the permanency. What we practice becomes permanent. So if you're practicing working all the freaking time, you're actually not going to get all your problems solved. What research shows in that book, that the biggest problems get solved through what are called eureka moments. And that's where you're in the wandering or meandering mind. That's where you're actually not trying to solve the problem.
That is very true. I think I got that from The Power of Thinking Big, or I think it was The Power of Thinking Big. But they were saying that the majority of people find the answers to their problems when they're doing something completely different. And my wife will tell you that oftentimes I'm kind of thinking to myself randomly, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, that's it. And I'll be thinking about something that I've been trying to solve for weeks, days, and I'll think about it while I'm like vacuuming or eating cereal, So I definitely agree with what he's saying here. To go on to what he was talking about in regards to taking your time off, taking your time off away from things definitely look different in regards to what it is that you're trying to do. So, you can go on a walk, you can, really just kind of go outside. Some people call it a cigarette break, but really it's just kind of a 5-10 minute step away from whatever it is you're doing, taking a deep breath, moving back to it. You don't always have to go on vacation every time you run into a problem, because you're going to run into a lot of problems, especially if you're building a business. So if you're going on vacation every time you run into a problem, you're more than likely going to have a failing business, and you're going to have a lot of time on vacation. So you have to kind of, delineate between, is this a big problem? Should I go on vacation, or should I just go take a walk around the block and get back to work when I get back? So the guy gives great advice in regards to, time off, and let's keep seeing what he has to say.
Letting the mind relax. For example, in the shower, I have some of my best ideas, and I bet if you take a long, hot shower, it feels really good because you're releasing and letting go of attachment, and it creates, I should do that. All the time when I'm meditating, I'll have a thought come up and like, boom, that's what I need to run with. This is called the eureka moment, and it happens through meandering or wandering mind. And you're only going to do that by creating space to let go and not be attached to the outcomes. In fact, I'm going through this exact thing in my business right now. It's not something that you'll ever be able to escape. So going forward, create space to create, and it will be amazing what you can do when you're having time off from not trying to solve the problem. Thanks for watching. Click the like button down below, and I'd love to hear your comments. Make sure you share this with other people so that they...
All right, so I mean, me personally, with having my hand in so many different things, I find it very, 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 very hard for me to actually relax and like not do anything. As soon as my plate is like empty, or I have the ability to sit down and relax, I actually pick up something else and I fill my time with doing that. Like today, my family went to my in-laws' house. They've been there for like 3 hours. So I was kind of walking around the house. I was like, God damn, I'm bored. So I went outside. I cleaned up a little bit outside. I moved some stuff, some of the kids' toys. Then I came inside. I started heating up some food, and then there's a chandelier or a light over our table that's a little too low, so we always bump into it. And I actually got the ladder and I raised up the light. I raised up the light while my food was heating up, and ate my food, and then I sat down and I think I watched some Iron Man, and then I came here. But it's like so hard for me to sit down and do nothing. It's very, very difficult. And sometimes I find myself making the excuse of, well, I don't have enough time. I'm trying to retire in 16 years and I need to utilize all of the time that I have. But to his point, I could be utilizing a lot of that time to refresh my mind and think about things so that I can be more productive, versus, let's say, moving at a level 2 when I could be moving at a level 3. So I think what he said here was some great advice. Maybe there's a little bit more meat on the bone that he kind of left off, but he just wanted to make a short video. I think that you could definitely use this as a template and build upon it. If whatever it is you're doing, if it's challenging you, if you have the ability to take a break from it, a 5-minute break, a 10-minute break, a short break, and get back to it. I appreciate you guys. If you guys like this video, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. in regards to what it is you'd like me to react to, what you'd like to see on the channel. I greatly appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great day. Peace.